Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dennis, and this is Average Gaming. And today we're going to be playing Paper Mario. Now, obviously, many of you know that this is an incredibly old game, usually released in 2001, but it is one of my all-time favorite games. And so today we're going to be playing it as a sort of celebration of the upcoming release of Paper Mario: The Origami King on July 17th. It has been a very long time since I played this, and it is, without a doubt, a fantastic game. This and its sequel are definitely amongst my highest rated games of all time. Mail call? This probably one of the only games I actually remember playing from my childhood. I had an original NES when I was very close to 8 years old, and I had that for many years up until the Nintendo 64 came out, and from then on it was just pretty much that. I played the original Paper Mario, some Winnie and the Pooh game, and a Xena Princess Warrior Mortal Kombat-esque game. There's only three I really remember. But since then I've played Paper Mario at least a half a dozen times. Loved every single minute of it. And probably always will. I got physical copies of this and Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. And I don't know honestly which one of them I like better. I like the dynamic of actually having health on your partners in the second one. I think that added a lot of variety to the game and definitely mixed up the strategy quite a bit. I actually watched a speedrun of this at some point and said the most fast way to move through a lot of people is the jumping. The other thing is to Z-dash and then jump right before the end of it. Both of them seem fairly fast. I don't know. Never been a speedrunner myself, but it's interesting nonetheless. Nobody will bother us here. Well, you can tell what she had on her mind. The real question that you have to think is, how the hell does nobody else notice there's another castle below this one? No matter how you look at it, the people of Mushroom Kingdom must be completely just brain dead to not notice. Either it burrowed through the ground to get there, in which case there would have been massive quakes, or he built it underneath there, which would have been a very large construction project because Bowser's Castle is huge. Yeah, that was me. It's like, how do you lift a castle, Bowser? Seriously. You can never defeat Mario. Well, depends on the game. I've had Bowser beat my ass in a great many number of games, from racing to tennis, Mario Party, Actually, no, I don't think he's been in any of the Mario Parties as a playable character. These boards have certainly kicked my ass. I think this may have actually been one of the first turn-based games I ever actually played. I think I actually got this before I got the original Pokemon games. I'm not 100% certain because I was really young and those memories are pretty foggy. Great many number of attempts of playing this game and going through it in various ways. I've actually discovered a few things, and it's really funny, this scene, because if you actually just, you don't even have to drastically alter the game. If you increase Mario's jump power by 1, you can defeat Bowser and break the entire game, because all the Star Shield did was up his defense by 1 in this scene. Which is a quite fun thing to do, because the whole game just stops. There's nothing programmed for if you beat Bowser. The soundtrack for these older games too really were a good part of them. A lot of the newer games have decent soundtracks, but they're usually overshadowed by the action. I mean, how many people sit down and think about the... As you can see, a bit of a visual glitch with the emulator that I'm using in order to capture this. As I said, I have physical copies, but it's a gigantic pain in the ass to try and hook up a Nintendo 64 to an Elgato capture card. So... yeah, as I was saying, the action in the newer games often overshadows the soundtrack. Like, it's great that a lot of people isolate soundtracks, or the companies usually put out a soundtrack separate from the actual game, because some of the soundtracks are just fantastic. Like the God of War soundtrack for the PS4 is fantastic, but you really don't pay attention to it when you're playing, you know, God of War. You're focused on the action, the dodging, timing, quick time events, and all that stuff. You don't have time to pay attention to the soundtrack. But an older game like this, usually turn-based or even just a slower paced game, you really hear the soundtrack a lot more. It's almost the central focus of the game besides the mechanics and the story. It's right there. It has to be paired with a good soundtrack. It sounded like something fell around here, and I'm clearly blind for about 10 seconds. How many other fat Italian plumbers do you know in red outfits? days and days. At this point in his life, Mario's just like, nice Goombas? There's nice ones? Listen, Toad, if I'm having dreams about mustachioed stars, then I'm clearly taking something very weird. Oh, land sakes. Land sakes. Such a strange thing. You know, I wonder what part of Mario he enjoys the most being a fan. Does he enjoy the part where he stomps on turtles or Goombas, fighting Bowser? Like, do you have any idea how many of your people Mario has killed? Let's go talk to Grandpa Goomba. Oh, sorry, can't forget about Grandma Goomba. Goomba. Yeah. It's almost like they don't remember who Mario is. Mario is the guy that can fall in lava up to 99 times before finally dying. And that's assuming he doesn't pick up extra lives in between falls into the lava. I just fixed that gate. I just realized my cursor's been on this the entire time. Hardly what you guys would call a professional when it comes to something like this. Now, the veranda crashed over here, but the hammer is way over here on the other side of a cliff. Gotta search all the bushes to get these precious little coins. Can't forget the little girl's dolly. Master Junior Drupa. The simplicities of the early battles are very similar to early Pokemon battles, especially with your rival. So you just scratch, 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 scratch. It's so simple. There's no thoughts to it. Doesn't matter if I attack him with the hammer or the jump. Ah, yes, the star spirits something or other. I'll be back. I actually did enjoy the fact that he came back multiple times in different iterations and different forms. He was always striving to improve himself to beat Mario. Then right at the beginning they give you this little teaser of stronger power later on. Like I said, the simplicity of the early battles is literally just get the first strike, and that's all that really matters. Alright, back to the village we go. No, I think I can figure out how to put a badge on. Yep, Grandpa says go, so go you shall go. Let's not even worry about asking Dad. Alright, let's go ahead and get this badge put on, save, and then I think we'll call it for now. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, please let me know down below. Anything you'd like to see, maybe I could, tips, tricks, fun facts. I don't know, I'm just getting back into making videos, and I'm not quite sure, you know, what people want to see. So if you have any comments, let me know. Like the video if you liked it. If not, don't. And as always, game on, guys.